Namaskaram and Vanakkam to everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to visit this center, Vellore. I wish we had more time together here, but I must leave today to Tiruvallur. Some deep contemplative thoughts provokes me to talk that we all work. No one can escape the burden of work or the responsibility or the duty or the compulsion of work. Even Lord Krishna says, even for a moment, I cannot remain idle. Even for a fraction of a moment, if I remain idle, the universe will collapse. This is the statement of Lord Krishna. He also gives great importance to few things like witnessing. Vedas and the Upanishads also talks highly on the concept of witnessing, Sakshibhav. Sahajmarg also boldly talks about Sakshibhav, but with an added element of bhakti, of love. Love irons out all the wrinkles, all the insufficiencies, the dryness of work. Work will no longer remain burdensome or something that has been thrust upon when we add this element of love. And that's what propels karma to vikarma and to finally to akarma. The entire Gita, entire Vedas and Upanishad is so simplified under the guidance of Pujya Babuji Maharaj that one remains awestruck that how in the world Babuji could conceive such an idea that summarizes everything that India has to offer in the realms of spirituality. It's a magical thing, actually. The whole cycle of birth and death, whole cycle of evolution of consciousness, the entire affair of human existence, angelic existence, thrives around this principle. We all act. Some of us act without much thinking. It has become our second nature to work, to behave in certain way without much thinking. The inertia of habit takes over. Whenever inertia of habit takes over, we stop thinking. We become slave to our habits. And that's what Babuji also says. We are yet but slaves of wishes. You can also say we are yet but slaves of our habits. We have to get out of this vicious circle of repeated desires and habits. So some thinking is needed. And what is good for me, what is bad for me. Discernment is required. Next level, you work, you think, but see how you feel about the whole thing. Women are very good at it. They feel things. Most men, they override the feelings of the heart. We put the stones on our heart even when the heart says don't do it. Often man ends up succumbing to such impulsive behaviors, impulsive habits. Add further to it, Babuji says, do things with love. So there is work, there is thinking, there is feeling, and when you add this spice of love in your action, it becomes a karma. And this is how you fulfill the conditions of Lord Krishna proclaimed in Gita, that how one may not be able to form, one surely cannot form actually the heap of samskaras. Whenever we are working in totality, in sync with our heart and with love, you cannot form samskaras. And when you don't form samskaras, where is the need to clean anyway? But we still continue cleaning. Hopefully, if not me, other things around me will also get cleaned up. Imagine you are doing something, and just about when you are about to start your work, and you feel, oh, this is wrong, and you withhold yourself. You should tap yourself and congratulate, say, yes, you avoided forming something which was not good for your spiritual upliftment. So you did not complete that task totally, which is beneficial. But when you are about to do something really, really good and you don't complete it, then it forms very deep samskars, not just the samskars, but it gives you a guilt. And this guilt is much heavier, much more heavier than the samskars. You are about to do something really good, but you withheld yourself from doing good. You may have started, but you did not complete. For example, serving your parents. This is just one example. And you could not complete your duty, and after they have passed on, then you remember all the things that you have left incomplete. And Babuji Maharaj says very plainly and very simply, he says, guilt is not samskar. Guilt is something very deep. Not even master can clean it. Not even God can clean it. You have done it deliberately with your own choice, with your own freedom. And this principle applies to everything. Things left halfway when you are about to do something noble always will form samskars or guilt. So whenever we start something good, complete it. One little girl was asking me, Daaji, I would like to start meditation. It's good to start. I don't discourage people. But imagine many of us who have started and are not able to meditate regularly. Don't we all have some level of guilt? Doesn't that become samskars for all of us? Think over it. If the very process of evolution that we have undertaken, if we don't complete that reaction, we call chemical reaction, then the very process becomes toxic for us. If with such a system of pranahuti and guidance of the great masters, if we still remain the way we are, whom to blame? If this life cannot uplift me despite of such help, which life can uplift me later? So, time to wake up. Think over very sincerely, very deeply over it, and implement whatever you can, adjust your lifestyle so that we can all flourish and make our masters proud. Thank you.